I think there's a number of interesting reasons as to why people didn't go to China in the past. And a few of the obstacles were, of course, visas were always seen to be a bit complicated, particularly as we moved into the pandemic. And there's been a great liberalization there. But there's also, funny enough, there's this perception, and I'm not sure where it comes from as a frequent traveler to China, that China is perhaps not safe, or that perhaps it's difficult to travel in China. And I think what's happening now is that there's a little bit of, I think people are starting to understand that the technology that's used in China, for example, for payments and bookings, like the work that Trip.com has done, is really making it more accessible for non-Chinese speaking, non-Chinese residents to be able to use the travel ecosystem. So I think that that's making a really big difference. I think we also can't underestimate President Xi Jinping and his very public announcement that inbound tourism is really important. And I really see that there's been great enthusiasm at the provincial and municipal level to really engage in tourism as a result of that leadership. So I think all of those are really positive things that are just changing the perception of Chinese inbound. I also think accessibility is very important. In the past, of course, after the pandemic, there was a real reduction in flights. But more importantly, I think that the Chinese investment in the high-speed rail system is really starting to pay off. I mean, you see accessibility. Let's take, for example, from the Yantian Lao up into Kunming. Now, that's already a new way in which to enter China. And I think that you're seeing the opportunities for intercity travel, as well as traveling cross-border, is starting to happen as a result of the train. And I think that's really making things much more accessible.
I'm curious if you think a better understanding of the actuality of traveling in China has had to do with social media, perhaps.
So I think, yeah, social media has made a big difference. And I think people like myself and other people that travel to China and go back, word of mouth is still extraordinarily important. So if I go to my friends wherever they are in Asia and Europe, in North America, and say, hey, you should go to China, it's really easy, that creates confidence in people. So I think you've got social media, plus you've got a lot of maybe content travelers that have recently traveled to the People's Republic of China, that have come back and really had positive things to say about their experience. All of that really creates momentum.